A real yard, closets bigger than your average microwave, the freedom to decorate however you darn well please. Making the switch from renting to owning is exhilarating. But many rookie homebuyers find the process trickier to navigate than they expect. Hey everyone, it's your favorite local realtor, Adam Brunelle. I hope you guys all enjoyed your long weekend. I know I sure did. A lot of you have asked how to prepare to buy your first home. So that's why I created my first time home buyer checklist. This 12-month timeline will help you sidestep common mistakes like paying too much interest or getting stuck in the wrong house. So let's dive in, shall we? So 12 months out. Check your credit score. Get a copy of your credit report at annualcreditreport.com. The three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, are each required to give you a free credit report once a year. A Federal Trade Commission study found 1 in 4 Americans identified errors on their credit report, and 5% had errors that could lead to higher rates on loans. You want to avoid last-minute bombshells by checking your score long before you're ready to make an offer, and work diligently to correct any kind of mistakes. Determine how much you can afford. Figure out how much house you can afford and want to afford. Lenders look for a total debt load of no more than 43% of your gross monthly income, which is also called debt-to-income ratio. This figure includes your future mortgage and any other debts such as a car loan, student loan, or revolving credit cards. Make a down payment plan. Most conventional mortgages require a 5% down payment. If you can swing it, do it. Your loan costs will be much less and you'll get a much better interest rate. If, however, you're not quite able to save the full amount, there are many programs that can help. FHA offers loans with only a 3.5% down payment, but they require mortgage insurance premiums, which will drive up your monthly payments. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, provides a list of nonprofit home buying programs by state. Also, check with credit unions and your employer might even have an assistance program. As you're planning your savings strategy, keep in mind that banks like you to season your money. That is, they like to see that you've had stable funds in your account for 60 to 90 days before applying for a loan. Don't worry, you can still use financial gifts from a family member or bonuses received near the time you buy. 9 months out. Prioritize what you most want in your new home. What's most important in your new home? Proximity to work, a big backyard, an open floor plan, being on a quiet street. You'll make a much better decision on what home to buy if you focus on your priorities. If it's a joint decision, now is the time to work out any differences to avoid frustration and wasted time. Perhaps most important, know what trade-offs you're willing to make. Research neighborhoods and start visiting open houses. But now is when the fun time begins too. Use property listing sites such as realtor.com to find out about neighborhoods, public transports, and the cost of living. Start visiting open houses to get an idea of what kind of homes are in your price range and what neighborhoods appeal the most. Seeing potential homes will also keep you motivated to continue reducing your debt and saving for your down payment. You're going to want to budget for miscellaneous home buying expenses. Buying a home has some miscellaneous upfront costs. A home inspection, title search, property survey, and home insurance are examples. Costs vary by location, but expect to pay at least a few $100s if you don't have the cash. Start saving now. Start a home maintenance account. Speaking of savings, start the good habit now of putting a little aside each month to fund maintenance, repairs, and emergencies. It's bad enough to call a plumber. It's even worse if you're paying credit card interest on that plumbing bill. 6 months out. Collect your loan paperwork. Banks are very particular when it comes to mortgage loans. They demand a lot of paperwork. What they'll want from you includes W-2 forms or business tax returns forms if you're self-employed for the last 2 to 3 years. personal tax returns for the past 2 to 3 years, your most recent pay stubs, credit card and all loan statements, your bank statements, addresses for the past 5 to 7 years, brokerage account statements for the most recent 2 to 4 months, most recent retirement account statements such as your 401k. If you start collecting these documents now, it'll lessen the stress when it's time to get your loan. A bonus tip, looking closely at your loan documents each month will also help you stay focused on saving for your down payment and keeping your debt to income ratio low. Research lenders and realtors. Start interviewing realtors, specifically buyer's agents. A buyer's agent will work in your best interest to find you the right property, negotiate with the seller's agent, and shepherd you through the closing process. Your agent also can be instrumental in finding a lender who's familiar with first-time home buyer programs. Even better, look for a mortgage broker who will shop for a competitive loan rate for you among multiple lenders, unlike a bank, which can only offer its own product. 3 months out, get pre-approved for your loan. At this point, if you've been following this timeline, your credit score, paperwork, and down payment should be on track. You've done your research on lenders and buyer's agents. Now it's time to start working with them. First, you'll need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Make an appointment with your lender or mortgage broker and bring all your paperwork. He or she will run a credit check on you and tell you how much of a loan you're approved for. It often makes sense to borrow less than the maximum lender allows so you can live comfortably. Draft a budget that accounts for mortgage payments, insurance, maintenance, and everything else you have going on in your life. Start shopping for your new home. Once you're pre-approved, the buyer's agent you've chosen will be able to target homes that meet your priorities and in your new price range. This way, you won't be wasting time looking at homes you can't afford. 2 months out, make an offer on a home. It usually takes at least 4 to 6 weeks to close on a home. So if you have a firm move-out date, allow enough time to deal with any hiccups that can delay closing. Get a home inspection. One of the first things you'll want to do after an offer is accepted is have a home inspector look at the property. If the home inspector finds something that needs repair, that's a common example of something that can delay a closing. In the last month, triple check that all your financial documents are in order and review all your lending documents before closing. You're in the home stretch. If you've been keeping your documents up to date and your down payment is in reserve, these final steps are the easiest. Reviewing the mortgage documents is probably the most difficult. Your agent can help guide you through them. Get insurance for your new home. Don't forget to secure insurance before closing. You'll need to bring proof of insurance to the closing table. Do a final walkthrough. Do a final walkthrough of your new home, usually a day or two before closing, just to make sure the home is in the shape you and the seller have agreed upon. Get a cashier's check or bank wire for cash needed at closing. Make sure you get an exact amount of cash needed for closing. You'll get that number a few days before closing so you can secure a cashier's check or arrange to have the money wired. Regular checks are not accepted. And that's it, guys. Congratulations. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked it, be the cool guy or girl and give it a thumbs up. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure I get back to you. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.